Hey guys, it's Scott from Tie Interest Designs. Just wanted to walk you through our process on making one of our chest sets. So what you're going to see right now is just some of the steps I go through. Mixing up some of the purple resin. I'm going to use a purple and gold flake for this chest set. So what you'll do is you'll take a look here. It's always, in my opinion, best to start off with our darker colors. You'll see as we go through the steps here. I want to fill up the chest pieces first. The most important part of this, if you're doing your own, is really take your time, fill it up about halfway. Make sure that your bubbles are out of the bottom of the molds, really making sure not to create those little cavities towards the top of the mold and in the pieces, and then filling up the rest of the way. The way I do our chest sets is I do one color, just about 3/4 of the way up, and then put the base cap in the contrasting color that you find on the chessboard. So with this one, getting the air bubbles out of the way, leaving enough room for the gold flake to come on later, and then onto the chessboard with this purple. So again, just walking through, doing the squares first and foremost, and then just pouring a little bit on there, letting it settle, and then my favorite tool, one of these silicone head little brushes, and just using that to really move all the resin around to where it's touching all four corners of these squares. Getting rid of the air bubbles, those are always your worst enemy, and then letting it sit off to the side. Now what we're going to do is going to mix up some of this gold flake. This is going to go into the opposing chessboard, or the opposing pieces, and then you'll see as we go through here, just pouring it in there, making sure you have a good mix. Now the big thing when you're using flake is make sure you have a good mix in there, because air bubbles do get trapped in a lot, and really just following through the same process. Filling it up right about halfway, and then going in, squeezing out the air bubbles, and filling up the rest of the way. Again, if you decide you want to do a contrasting base color, just make sure you leave yourself enough room to pour that other color in there, and then get it off to the side, let it harden up, and we'll carry on here in just a second, but always make sure that you have something on hand to get rid of those bubbles that come to the surface, letting it rest, and then getting rid of those with the lighter, and again, giving it the chance just to debubble. So as we go through here, this is going to be day 2. We're pouring up the next batch of resin. This is going to be our top coat for the board, as well as the base pieces, and getting that contrasting color in. Just putting some off to the side. This is what I'm going to use to mix in with the base pieces. You'll see I had the gold flake in there, and getting ready to pour it onto the board. There we go. We're going to spread this around, making sure that the gold flake isn't going to be completely underneath the purple squares. Getting a good coverage, making sure it's all taken care of. Obviously getting the torch over it, and then setting it off to the side to harden up. Chest pieces are dry from the day before. We're going to mix up that purple. The purple is going to go on top of the gold pieces, so which now, because they're upside down, will be the base, and that'll give us that contrasting base color that we're looking for. And then going in, again, mixing up some more of that gold flake resin, and that'll get poured on for the base coat for the original purple pieces. So that way we have a matching set going in. And here we are on the next day. Everything's been hardened for at least 24 hours from each individual pour. Coming through, you can see how that lavender and that purple worked, getting the solid colors with the gold flake. And if you've ever poured your own chest pieces, these full pieces are absolutely gorgeous. The big thing is, though, just taking your time when you're demolding them, because it does tend to get a little tough. You have a chance of it sticking, and really the last thing you want to do is break off a piece of, we'll say the knight's head, or the little tips on top of the bishops. Those tend to get the air bubbles in them or become the most fragile. The pawns have a chance of breaking off as well. But this one, I got really lucky. Nothing was wrong with it. All the pieces came out beautiful, and you can see here how that gold flake and that purple really worked well together. And you can see what those contrasting bases look like as you're setting up with the chest set. Now, if you're interested in purchasing this chest set, we are going to have it available here shortly on our site. Just go to tieinterestdesigns.com, look up this chessboard or any of the other colors that I've put together, and by all means, find your favorite color. If you have any ones that you want to make, we're happy to do custom work as well. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.